What's going on, everybody? We are back for show number 9 of the Power Wheels podcast, and joining me in the virtual studio today is Mr. Josh Edgerton, or Edge, of Piston Broke Built. Check them out on Facebook. And this is a little different. This is our first demolition derby promoter that's come on. I know absolutely nothing about this, just like I didn't know anything about the drag racing. So I'm very interested to hear his story. Of course, this is brought to you by ML Toys, Get Stuff Done Coffee, and Call RC for all your cleaning and lubricant needs. What's up, Josh? How you doing?
I'm doing excellent, Lefty. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. Thank you for your time. I was checking out your Facebook today as well. You're very busy. I see you got your Power Wheels all hanging up on the wall there. Like I have RC cars over here. I think just let people know where you're out of. You're out of Indiana, and yeah, I need to know where the name Piston Broke Built came from.
So we're located just west of Indianapolis here in Indiana. And so Piston Broke Built, it kind of is a play on words. So we kind of keep it kid friendly, but you know, if you break down the name, pissed and broke. So that's kind of where that came from. So
okay, I never would have got that, but I like it. I like it.
Yeah, and then we try to keep the automotive, you know, with the pistons and all that. So that's just kind of how it all ties together.
Okay, so as I said, I am very new to the whole Power Wheels world. Really focused on the drag racing world. I don't know if you dabble in that, but that's pretty extensive and pretty competitive as well.
Yeah. But so I've done some carpet cars back probably 5 or 6 years ago. I was kind of into that for a little bit, but
carpet drag racing.
Well, circle track stuff for RC.
Oh, for RC. So you know what? I am finding that a lot of the guys that enter Power Wheels have done RC as well. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and then there's also a division of us too that does RC demolition derby too. So that might be something for you to look into as well.
I'm going to a festival in October in Oklahoma, and they have a figure 8 trailer race.
Oh yeah,
and it's the last person standing, last car and trailer standing that wins.
Yep, so we do some of that around here as well.
I am very much looking forward to that.
Yep,
I've never done anything like that. All right, so RC roots. Okay, cool. So I'm finding a very big connection between Power Wheels and RC roots. I guess my next question would: how did you get started in this Power Wheels world?
Honestly, it was having my daughter. You know, she started going to the tracks with us, and she was like, "Well, I want to do this too, Dad." So we went and got her a car, and then of course, like all of us, well, I want to have the things that you have. So and then we started making parts to figure out how to make her stuff look like my stuff. And then everybody's like, well, I really like what you're doing. So that's kind of where it all stemmed from. So
now, when you got into it, did you get into like the modifying side of things, or was you doing racing, or did you directly get right into the demolition derby side of things?
It was pretty much just demolition derby. I had a buddy in growing up that him and his family did it for a long time, and then it was like, well, why don't you come join us? And then it's all history from there. So
okay, so were you into demolition derby full scale at all?
Yeah, so I've been derbying since 2009.
See, let's segue into that, because I have never ever witnessed anything like that. How does one get into like demolition derby, full scale derby, this type of stuff?
So honestly, it's you just go find you a car that runs and drives, and you go to your local county fair show and knock the windows out of it and go have fun your first time. And then as you grow with the sport, you start buying parts, you start learning the tricks of the trade by talking to other people, and then you start just acquiring more and more and getting into the bigger and more modified cars.
You have modified cars?
Oh yeah, there's guys that are running $50,000-$60,000 setups
for demolition derby.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm blown away by this. Isn't the point like to demolish these cars?
To an extent, the main object, of course, is to be the last one running, right? But I mean, you're crashing into each other, but you've got some of these national level shows that, you know, you could win 50, 60, $100,000 to win.
It's that big?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's one that's getting ready to come up. Demo is the promoter, Dustin Woods, and it's down in Bristol, actually at the track in Bristol.
I had no idea about this. So this is obviously a spectator. Now, are these standalone events or are they combined with other events?
No, they're usually just like standalone events. Now, Demo and some of the other promoters, they have maybe 2 or 3 shows that they put on that are national levels, but usually standalone shows.
And how many participants are allowed in one of these derbies? How does it work?
So, like your county fair level shows, they're going to be more, you know, just however many people show up, then they can do heats. You know, back in the day when you would get 100, 120 people show up, you would run multiple heats, then you would run a consi and then a feature. But car counts have been kind of down, so usually it's just one and done deals. So basically, you just run a feature. But I mean, some classes they, you know, limit you to 40 or 50 cars, but I mean, the sky's the limit on some of these shows.
So I'm sorry, we're segueing on this because I'm very interested in this.
Oh yeah.
What are some of the modifications that you're making to these cars to do this? And I assume there's professional guys that do this for a living.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say like as far as professional in the standpoint of like that's all they do. I mean, we all work a 9 to 5.
Gotcha.
And then this is what we do on the side. We usually, you know, use the 9 to 5 job to pay for the demolition derby side of it. But I mean, we've got modified bumpers, you know, $10,000, $20,000 engines, $5,000 transmissions, protectors, built rear ends. We're welding plates on them, changing suspension around. They've got heavy duty built cages. So, I mean, there's a lot that goes into a car on that bigger level. Now, we've also got classes that, I mean, you can leave the windshield and the gas tank in the stock locations, move the battery, and just go have fun.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's a wide variety in the sport.
What type of crowds are we talking about coming to these events?
Oh, there's, I mean, your county fair shows, you could have, you know, 300-400 people to, you know, several thousand, tens of thousands of people show up to a national level show.
What would be probably the biggest national level show out there right now? That probably like I would say the Daytona, the Super Bowl of demolition derby.
So there for a long time, Blizzard Bash in Topeka, Kansas is one of your big ones. Then there's Gold Rush in South Dakota that's been coming up. So it's another big one. Bristol is starting to demo. Their shows are starting to become, you know, what I would consider national level. Mm-hmm. Then there's RCR, River City Rampage, which is by Toast Promotions. That's another big show as well. So,
okay. So you're still participating in these events as well?
I've taken a break for a little bit, just to kind of get this started, but it has definitely been one of those things that I need to get back into because I have been missing it greatly. So,
wow. I would love to go see something like this. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
Yeah, there's, you're out on the East Coast, correct?
I'm actually not even in America. I'm in Dominican Republic.
Oh, no doubt. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know.
I mean, they do demolition derby just in the road, or like the cars that they drive, some of them, like the taxi guys.
Yeah.
Some of them cars are beat up. I've seen some trucks here that probably belong in the demolition derby.
Right. Yeah. Whenever you're up here, well, I'm sure we can find something for you to go watch. So.
Sweet. So your daughter, she saw this, and then how did we segue into the Power Wheels Demolition Derby, or was it around prior to you getting into it?
Yeah. So usually at these demolition derby events, before the actual show starts, they usually let the kids go out in their Power Wheels and crash into each other for, 15, 20 minutes. And then everybody gets a little goodie bag or a trinket of some sort. And so she was watching that and she seen what we were doing and she's like, I want to do that too. So we got her one of them little Barbie Jeeps, and that wasn't quite good enough because it got tore up pretty quick. So we found one of these grave diggers and we started messing with it and found out all the opportunities that we could do there. And that's where we went with that.
So the grave diggers are the preferred demolition derby vehicles, I take it.
For me personally, I say yes, because they've got that metal frame from the factory, and they're very easily modifiable, and they hold up extremely well.
Now, are these Power Wheel, like the actual Power Wheel based grave diggers? Are they made by Power Wheels, or who are they made by?
They were made by Bravo Sports, and that's what you see here behind me.
Are they easy to find?
Yes and no. Usually we find them off Marketplace. You might get lucky and be driving around and see one sitting in somebody's yard and knock on the door and say, hey, you want to do something with that? And sometimes they say yes, and sometimes they say no. So,
okay. So how old is your daughter now?
She's 5, but she started 2 years ago.
Okay. So you've been doing this for quite some time.
Yeah.
All right, sweet. My daughter's going 7. 7. I think she would. I would love to. She loves to. I'm sure she would enjoy this.
I guarantee it.
I'm sure she would. She wants to come. She wants to go to a drag race. She wants to do anything. She wants to come with me to the States. All right. Awesome. So the grave diggers, metal frames. Let's talk about modifications that you do on these vehicles. Let's say I'm a father. I am a father. I picked up a grave digger for my daughter or my son, and is there different classes, or is it everybody runs the same stuff first off the bat? So
at like normal demolition derby events, they're usually just going to pile everybody together. But at the shows that I promote, I have a stock class and then I have a modified class. And in my stock class, we do a balloon pop style derby. So they get 3 balloons, and then whoever has a balloon at the end wins.
Okay.
And we usually do trophies and payouts for first, second, and third. And then on our modified, we let them crash into each other, and then we do like a drag race at the end. So basically, who has the stronger car at the end is your winner.
Okay, so the balloons, I guess you put them on the rear of the car, and then how does that work?
So we put it on the front, the back, and the passenger side door. And the reason why we do that is because in a real demolition derby, you try to stay away from the driver's door. So we kind of want to instill that idea of, hey, you need to stay off the driver's side and concentrate on the passenger side. That way we can start working into that mentality if they want to work into a big car, that's, something that they're already doing.
Okay. Well, I don't want to do stock. I want to do modified, right? So yes, I have this grave digger. What are some of the things that you suggest that I do right off the bat for it?
So one of the big downfalls is the foot switches and the shifters and the grave diggers. So I've came up with a shifter and a mount that mounts in the stock location. We also upgrade to 10 gauge wiring so it can handle the load better. And then our foot switch is a much heavier contact, so it doesn't burn out as easy. And then we can upgrade into like dual Milwaukee batteries. So we're running 36 volt. So it helps give you a little bit more speed. And then if you get to the point where your tires are getting wore out, we've got a rubber tire conversion kit. And we've had that in a 10-inch tire or a 13-inch tire. And then go ahead.
Where can I find that? Do you have a website? Or?
Yep, pistonbrokebuilt.com.
Let me bring it up so we can have a look at this stuff. Continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Yeah, so we can do rubber tires. We've also got headers that we can put up through the hood, so it looks like, you know, a regular demolition derby car. We also have bumpers that we can add. So we've got pointy bumpers. We've also got a 76 replica bumper as well.
So I take it people get heavily into making these look cool as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So not only do they perform well, but they look the part as well. You know, kids always want what mom and dad has, and that's what we're trying to give. Also, with the mindfulness of, you know, keeping everybody safe.
Yeah. So what I like about this is this is how ignorant I was. I thought it was just like get a car and bash it, right? And here we are.
And we have that class.
Right. But I never thought this would be modified. Here we have your 13-inch rubber tires. So these are actual rubber tires, or are they plastically rubber?
Nope, they're regular rubber tires. Those front tires in the front of that picture are actually solid, and then the rear tires would be pneumatic.
Okay, so they use air.
Yep.
Wow. Where did you get these? How did these come about?
So we 3D print the adapters that are on the back side of the tires, and then just doing some searching and different combinations of things. That's what we've came up with.
All right. So I guess this is the high amp foot switch you was talking about.
Yep.
It's actually got a footprint. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. We not only do we try to make things that work well, but we want them to look good as well too. So now I have a question about this. Is it like an on and off switch, or does it have some? No. So I don't do anything with variable speed. It's just on or off, because we've found that the way things happen in a demolition derby, you know, things get burnt up very fast, because unlike drag racing or something like that, we have a lot of motor stalling. So, and one of the things that we do to try to counteract that is running fuses instead of breakers, just because a fuse will let go faster than a breaker will.
All right. So that's pretty cool. So like the pedal has some feel to it as well. Does it still have the heavy braking like a lot of these Power Wheels have as well?
No. So it'll kind of roll to a stop. We don't have the positive lockup.
And that comes from the foot pedal as well, I assume.
And that and the way the shifter and everything is wired.
All right, I'm just looking through some of your stuff. Here's the bumper.
Yeah, so that'd be a rear bumper.
And these are 3D printed?
No, so those are actually wood.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
So you make those, and this would be a bumper combo.
Yeah, so that would be a front pointy bumper with a rear bumper as a kit.
Okay. Wow. I didn't realize this was all happening here. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I am looking for, what else did you say you had? I see the headers here. That's pretty cool.
So then we also do some upgraded parts that are common failure points. So like those steering supports for the Gravedigger, that's a big ticket item that breaks. So we've redesigned that to where you have multiple different areas to mount that steering support, or the fact that you can't get them anymore. So
really? Okay, so this is 3D printed right here then, I take it.
Yeah, so that top piece is 3D printed, and then the bottom piece is a plasma table cutout.
Okay, so you guys have been busy.
We're trying.
How much R&D did this take?
Pretty much all of last year was me running my daughter's stuff and breaking stuff and having to figure it out. So,
all right. Now, are guys upgrading the motors and stuff like that as well? Putting bigger motors in there?
Yeah, there's guys that are running Traxxas 775 motors. I've found a motor that we've been testing here recently that's a little bit bigger, and it's been doing fairly decent. But like I was saying earlier, one of our biggest downfalls is motor stalling, and we're burning the brushes out of them when that happens. That and gearboxes, just because everybody being piled on top of everybody, tires get locked up and we're stripping gears and doing stuff like that. But we're working through it. We're still doing some R&D work, trying to figure out better ways of getting these things to try to last longer. But when we crash into each other, things are going to break.
Absolutely. I was thinking that the gearboxes would take some punishment. No brushless setups. My other co-host, Brian Boucher, is big on the brushless thing.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
We haven't gotten there yet, but always willing to look at other things, of course.
Yeah, he just picked up a kit. I just posted a video. They were testing a Dune Racer, and this thing's to pull the wheelies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I think he got a 12-volt brushless kit for like $350.
Yeah,
that's not bad at all, and it lasts forever because that was the big thing in RC. We're all brushless now, right? And that revolutionized RC racing completely. Yep. But there's been some pushback in the Power Wheels world for the brushless setup. Okay, so my next question would be safety. What type of things are required safety-wise as a parent getting my child into this?
So the big thing is a helmet, of course. Long sleeve, long pants, no open toe shoes. So boots or good tennis shoes. We like to see at our events, elbow pads, knee pads, stuff like that, gloves. But it's not necessarily recommended or, a have to. It's recommended, but not have to. Once again, it's kind of up to the parent to make that decision for your child as far as safety goes.
Okay, how about the car? Does anything have to be like you can't have certain things in the car?
We don't
anything like that.
Yeah, we don't want sharp objects. Of course, we want to keep. If you do bumpers, we want to round those off. Just try to keep things that are gonna cut, and stuff like that. We zip tie the door shut, or if you're in a vehicle that doesn't have, like, say, leg protection, like the John Deere Gators or stuff like that, we usually ask to have something to cover up the legs. So that would be a safety item. Okay.
Now, can I have multiple vehicles at an event and enter them?
Yeah.
Or how does that work?
So we've got guys that bring a stock ride and a modified ride for their kid. We also offer rental units and our stock show. So if a parent or a kid can't afford one, they can bring a small donation and we can put their kid in one and he can go have fun or she can go have fun.
Okay. So I guess my next breakdown will be, say we have 50 Power Wheels that show up. How does it all break down? Let's say we have 50 modified Power Wheels.
Mm-hmm.
I don't assume we can do all 50 at one time. So how do you break it down into classes?
So if we got, that's kind of like what we ran into this weekend. We had 30 cars show up to our show this weekend.
Wow.
And yeah, if I would have known, we would have probably split our 3 to 9 age group into 2 different classes. But it was kind of unexpected, to be honest with you. So we ran them all. There was 22 in that class, and we was able to run them all in that one area. But going forward, we will probably split that up, and we would do like 12 or so per heat.
I think I have a video here. It's of the balloon popping, the stock ones, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna put this up. Yeah, Power Wheels stock 3 to 9. Then we go to the modified one here in a second. Let me bring this up on stage, and we can have a look. No volume. Oh wow, there's quite a lot of people here.
Yeah, that was at the show this weekend. That was crazy.
That's pretty cool.
Go.
Oh, my daughter would love this.
Yeah. So if the balloon does fall off, we'll stop the show and we'll put it back on. But if it pops, then of course it's done. So we try to keep it as fair as we can. It does get a little hectic at times with that many kids out there, but
that's a lot of Power Wheels.
It was.
This kid's just sitting here with his construction hat on, helmet on.
He's
there
waiting.
He goes.
Yeah. So right now we're probably out there putting a balloon on or something like that. We've stopped it.
Fast forward a little bit. All right. I want to get to the part where we're bashing. So I take it this is like parents are really into this.
Yep.
Do you get any problems with overzealous parents?
There are times where, just like any sport, parents want to see their kids do good. And we try to, keep that to a minimum.
Oh, wow. She's got a little pink dump truck. That's cool.
Yep.
What's that? That is very cool.
I think it was a Caterpillar dump truck.
That is
if memory serves me correctly. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to look for the modified one here and bring that up. So that's now, are you doing, when you do these, this was a standalone event, I take it. This wasn't at Demolition Derby or anything like that.
No. So I try to put our events with some festivals around us. So it's something to help draw attention to that festival and also get some foot traffic to kind of highlight the kids during this Demolition Derby events.
Okay. Now, do you get people watching, or is it just generally the parents out there?
Oh, no, we get all kinds of people show up just to watch, and everybody has a really good time with it.
That's awesome. All right, so I think I have the modified version here. Let's see if we can see some Demolition Derby action. Now, once the car is done, you're not allowed to make repairs, I take it, right? Once it's done, it's done?
Yeah, if during the modified class, if you would, destroy a car or something to that effect, you would be done.
Oh, well, these kids are going at it.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of the kids that are in this class, they followed me from show to show. So,
are these your tires right here and that car with the stacks on it?
Yep. So that would be my daughter's ride there.
So what's the thinking with the really smaller tires compared to the rest?
It kind of matches like what we do in the big car scene. So it just kind of gives it that same aesthetic look. And also it's easier to spin a smaller tire than a bigger tire.
Right. So you get up faster too.
Yeah.
Interesting. These kids are getting right into it. So what are the flag people here? What's their jobs?
So we're just there to keep kids safe in case, we had a battery issue, motor issues, stuff like that. And to give that appearance of a real derby. That's our main focus here, is making the Power Wheels the main event.
Got you. Now, I have to ask, do kids get hurt at all? Ooh, somebody's having a battery problem there.
Yeah, that was a motor that let loose on that one.
Is that your daughter?
It was, unfortunately. So.
Oh, yeah, she smoked the motor, unfortunately.
Yep. And it happens. I think we've had 10 or 12 runs on that set of motors. So we've actually got quite a bit out of that one. Okay. Was she disappointed when that happened? No, we talk about it, and usually she'll be like, "Oh, I burnt it to the ground again." So, really? Oh yeah, she loves it, and we get right back in the garage, and I have her help me tear it all down, and she helps replace parts and do all that stuff in the garage with me. That's cool. That's nice. Yep. Do you guys test a lot? Do you get to test, or if you do, how do you test? So we usually take some of like our old broken down Power Wheels, and I'll just set them up around in the driveway and just let her start crashing into stuff and see if she can tear something up. And if she does, then, well, that didn't work. We'll try something different. Well, this green one has got suspension. Yeah, that was one of those like monster truck ones. And then he's converted that over to some different rubber tires, and he's going all in. Huh. So, wow. Okay. I like this one with the American flag on it. That looks cool. Yeah. So people go all out. That's cool. I guess you can. It's modified, right? You can do whatever you want to it. And so long as it does, like you said, doesn't have anything pointy or anything else like that. And this is, you do these races all over Indiana, correct? Yeah, so we've done a couple in Martinsville. This was at Monrovia. We're going to help a local promoter put one on at an actual demolition derby. So we're going to do the balloon pop and the modified class at his event. And then we've got one about an hour south of us scheduled in Odin, Indiana this year.
Okay. So outside of Indiana, because you're the first person that I know that does this, is it popular elsewhere in the USA?
Oh, yeah. Pretty much anywhere there's a demolition derby, they're doing Power Wheels.
Interesting.
Yep.
So is there that
was a good one.
That was a good hit. Is there any plans to maybe travel out of state do they have like a big race that you might want to attend or be a part of?
Yeah, so we went to some of the per se national level shows just to go spectate, and so we'll drag hers over there so she can run. But once we get more of the rental cars kind of built up, I'd like to be able to take those to other events and, you know, put those out there for other people that don't have them. Whenever they show up, they can rent them from us. So
now, do they run these on grass specifically, or they do them in dirt as well?
We've done it on dirt, grass. Some events we'll do it out on the street. So just kind of wherever.
Okay. If where's I say the next big faction of demolition derby, because you seem to have a very good crowd here, what region would you say is also hot for this type of action as well?
I wouldn't say there's necessarily like one specific location. It's pretty big all over, honestly.
Okay, that's cool. Wow, we missed the best part here. Hold on, let me bring that back up. They all kind of drag race right off the stage. So you said you do a drag. Is this a drag race part right now?
Yeah, this would be the drag race part of the modified class.
Oh, wow. That one on the very far left, he wins.
Yep. Yeah, then we had two. They kind of got tangled up together there in the middle. So.
Very cool, man. Very cool. I like this type of stuff.
Yep.
It looks like a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Now, like a lot of things, this has a shelf life with the kids as they get older. So you've got, I guess, 9 years old is kind of where it peaks out for these guys.
Yeah, because usually at about 11, they can start getting into youth class, which they can start running mini cars. Plus, they start getting almost too big. We do run a 10 to 15 age class, but we don't usually see very many kids in that class. Okay. And we also do kind of a crowd funny. We let the adults get in them too if they want to crash around, and we do an adult class as well.
I think I saw that on that same YouTube.
Yeah. So for them, depending on how they want to do it, we might just do a drag race or let them go crash around or whatever they want to do. Just something for
you have a mower class too.
No, so that would be at a different class. We strictly just stick with the Power Wheels.
I was just looking through the
but yeah, for demolition derby, yeah, I mean we do mowers, cars, vans, trucks, combines, buses. Basically, if it's got motor and wheels, we'll crash it.
Interesting stuff here. So you said that the kids usually get into a mini cars. So that age group, that's where they start. I have it here, mini car class. That's where they start getting into the bigger stuff and real size, full scale car. Well, what is a mini car actually?
So mini car would be, like your Toyota Camrys, W bodies, which are like your Buicks, Luminas, little sedan cars is what we consider mini car or mid-size car, or some people call them compacts.
Okay, cool. So there's a pathway through this.
Oh yeah.
Wow, yeah. That's cool. That's very cool.
And then you get good in the mini cars, then you can move up into big cars, and then you can move into modifieds, or the sky's the limit, really. Wow,
you have opened up my eyes to a whole world that I didn't even know existed. I know how people feel when I start talking about RC car racing to them.
Yeah, so they're like, I didn't know you could do all that. Right?
Oh,
exactly.
Yeah. I hope to see you guys traveling a little bit more, maybe doing some more stuff. If I want to get involved in this, what is the best way to get more information? Find out where people are racing these cars or doing this type of stuff. Where can people find that out?
Yeah, so you can either message me on pistonbrokebuilt.com, or you can find us on Facebook at Piston Broke Built. All of my contact information's there, and I will answer you night, day, whatever. My phone is always on, and I'm always willing to answer what I know. I don't know everything, but I'll give you what I know.
Are you in touch with the other groups around the USA doing this as well?
Yeah. I mean, it's a big community.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Good stuff. So what do you see as the future of this type of stuff happening? What would you like to see change, or what would you like to see happen?
Necessarily like to see anything change. I think there's places where we can make it bigger, get more kids involved.
How would you do that? Social media is key, I think, nowadays.
Social media is key. That's one of the areas that I lack. I need to do more with our TikTok and stuff like that. I think the rental division will help, giving the opportunity to kids that don't have that opportunity, that want to. I think that's going to be a big part of it, and that's going to be the big push for the end of this year and the start of next year.
And I would also say probably because it's starting to get hard and hard to get genuine Power Wheels vehicles. I know our sponsor, ML Toys, is in the process of making his own vehicles as well. I'm kind of following that journey. It's not easy.
No.
And do we see a lot of the people are the Chinese manufactured cars viable for this type of racing, this type of work as well? This type of competition?
So we've got a couple of the what are they? BCP Jeeps. I think is what the on them. They're okay. We're having to wire around the control modules and stuff like that, but it can be done. And then luckily those gearboxes and those parts are readily available and fairly cheap. The only problem is you don't want to put a kid in one and he only get a couple minutes of run time, and then it's kind of a waste. So the key is to try to give them that opportunity that they can run for the full time without any issues.
Okay. How many vehicles do you go to a race with, including rentals?
So at this last event, we took 13.
Wow.
So
you're a busy man.
We try to be. I'd like to double that number by the first year is my plan. So looking at some equipment that we need to be able to haul all these things with, because our 20-foot car hauler is out of room. So we're
trust me, I know that feeling.
Yeah. So we're looking at some equipment right now to help with that, and then of course just grow the fleet. So we're buying them all the time. So
how much does it cost to enter one of these competitions?
So for my event, they're 100% free. We work with some local businesses to do some sponsorship, and that's how we figure out payouts. If not, I just come out of my pocket from, what we do in the business to fund these. So
I think you should charge an entry fee, because trophies cost.
They do, money. But in my eye, it's all about the kids, and I don't want a kid not to be able to have that opportunity because money's involved.
What type of payouts are we talking about here?
So like this weekend, our 3 through 9 class, it paid $150, $160 for first, second, and third. Plus we had Happy Gilmore checks, as we like to call them. So they're like that material that you use for your yard signs. We have those printed with a logo and all that, and they look pretty neat. And so they're great big checks.
They get to keep those?
Yeah, they get to take those home with them. Yep.
Nice.
So, and then our modified, I think it was 140, 60. So, usually our total payout package is somewhere around $600-700.
Yeah, I get that, but that has to be paid for, and I'm glad
It does.
that those companies do step up and help you
Yep.
do that. And I think as you get bigger, you're going to have to start charging a small entry fee as well, small one, nothing too serious,
Yeah.
ostentatious.
Well,
But
we'll see where that goes, but for now, we like the idea of, free, and give the youth an opportunity to do something, get them out of the house, get them in the garage, get them working. That's the whole
absolutely,
game plan.
absolutely. And there's a pathway, like you could go from Power Wheels to the youth program to the other cars. I think that's really cool and important as well.
Yep.
So I never knew that. I'm probably going to be geeking out on Demolition Derby here over the next few weeks and looking all that stuff.
That's perfect.
Yeah, man. I was looking forward to this chat because I didn't know anything about this. It looks like a lot of fun. There's so many things I want to do, and this is like getting my daughter to one of these would be so much fun because I think she'd really, the drag racing is fun. Don't get me wrong, that looks fun, but it comes down to a lot of mechanicking and having that car done properly. But that's drag racing, and this not saying there isn't mechanicking involved, but it also like build a tough car and be the last one standing.
Yep. And there's a lot of thought and mental process of, do I risk this balloon so I can save this balloon? And what I've noticed with some of the guys that have been following me from show to show, I'm watching these kids, and you can see meticulously they're thinking of how to do and how they're driving, and their driving styles are getting better. And that's just like, it just warms a guy's heart just to watch this kid grow as you're going along. So
yeah, some of these kids you might be like national champion demolition derby drivers at some point. You'd be like, they started out with Power Wheels.
Right. Yep.
That's cool. I never thought this conversation was going to go that way, but I greatly do appreciate it. And it's good, right? Teaching kids that type of stuff, learning some stuff, getting them away from the iPads and the TVs and the cell phones and the PlayStations. So we definitely need a lot more of this. So congratulations to you and you guys for doing this. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of dedication and money and passion to do this stuff.
Yeah.
So,
for me, it's just passion. It's just watching the youth grow up and giving them something that I wish I would have had whenever I was a kid. So
that's right. Well, people can support you by going to your Facebook page, hitting that like button there, and then going over to the Piston Broke Built website and purchasing some of your parts to put on their cars to help them make better vehicles for this type of stuff, or even just talking to you about how they can maybe start up a demolition derby in their area as well. So 100%. I think the more we get this going, the better it is.
Yep.
So if you guys have any questions for Josh, check him out at Piston Broke Built on Facebook. Or you can hit him up. Do you do personal Facebook as well?
Yeah. So Josh Edgerton on Facebook as well. You can hit me up there.
Yes. And he does respond very fast because he responded extremely fast to me, which I greatly appreciate.
Yep.
And good luck with everything you got going on, Josh. I appreciate your time. And when's your next event?
Our next event that I do personally is going to be October 11th, and that's going to be at the Morgan County Fairgrounds.
Okay. So if you're in the Indiana area near that Morgan County Fairgrounds, hit them up and maybe get your son or daughter involved in this and do some cool stuff with your family. I think that would be fun. All right, Josh, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for your time and good luck at your next event. And hopefully we'll have you back on here to talk some more about this type of stuff.
Sounds great, Lefty. I really appreciate the time.
Thank you for your time. Everybody, go check them out. Piston Broke Built on Facebook. Check them out at pistonbrokebuilt.com. Support this man. Help him do what he's doing. He's doing some good stuff, and we'll talk to you later.
Are you looking to take your ride-on car to the next level? ML Toys makes it easy with plug-and-play modifications like motors, speed and brake controls, and more. ML Toys is the one-stop shop to make your ride-on car the coolest car in the neighborhood.